Well, it's good. It's 5 o'clock, July 28th, 2024. It's time for film and box office news. We're doing the Hangover this week. Probably going to talk about Deadpool a little bit. Be back in 30 seconds.
Day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast, episode number 97. 3 away from the big 100 for the Film and Box Office News. Man, let me tell you, I've been going through the playlists and going back from the beginning videos. Oh my goodness, we have so many videos that it's wild. I think we have over 1,000 of content of straight content.
But which ones were worth revisiting?
I'm not there yet. I'm only in like the first 10% of it. So I'm just
Because let me tell you, I go back and I'm like, oh, aren't we cute? And then I'm like, oh my god, I'm bored, and then I keep moving. Yeah.
There's the ones where I have like tons of hair, and I'm like, oh my god, pandemic era.
Yeah,
right.
there was the trying to find my LCS era, terrifying. So glad you found
there's so many of them. We gotta do a revisit for that. We gotta revisit some else.
Because how many of them do we actually like at this point?
I mean, like we gotta go see the other ones now. Like that's a little bit further away.
We could go visit our friend in Port Ewing. That he's a lovely kid, young man. I mean,
which one is that?
Pal Comics.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can definitely do that.
I haven't been to Haven for Heroes. I hear that's like a pretty.
You've not been to Haven for Heroes, my friend.
No, they always come to the toy show with all that stuff. Or the Galleria.
Make a day. Put it in your calendar. Go out to Haven for Heroes in Port Jervis. They are amazing. I'm telling you. Tell them the council sent you. Tell them.
Honestly, I haven't been to all of the other ones.
So Phil, whereas Alternaverse is just an amazing LCS, Haven for Heroes is your dollar bin dive store.
Okay.
And so that's like the parallel. But I mean, there's a great.
And they have other besides dollar bin books. Like they have a big selection of comics. You just have to go look at them.
I know I'm probably sounding a bit unfair, but I'm just saying by comparison, it's my dollar bin spot versus my regular joint.
Right.
It's easy comparison.
October Country. I haven't been to that in like ever. The last time I was at Bigger Brain Comics, they had the pinball machines, and I kind of went more for the pinball machines.
They don't exist.
And that's all gone.
Honestly, it's not that many because I haven't visited too many, but the comic book stores I've been to, not really much dollar bins. And
oh yeah, it's hard. You got to keep the lights on. You got to pay the rent. It's the dollar bins don't get you there.
Exactly.
I mean, it's nice here and there, but you can't be having that every day of the week.
No.
Yeah, they always show up at like the toy show or something, and I hit them up there.
Do you know what's very close to us in New Jersey? Zap Comics.
Zap is good.
Yeah, we should visit
I've been to Zap. We have a video with Zap.
We should just get a day.
That was the first generation of Council of Comics.
We should just get a day where we're all off and do a pub crawl of comic book stores and film it.
And then stop by at White Castle.
In New Jersey, we can. We get it all.
Come on, Sam. You know you want to.
I have no problem with it. I've done it. All right. Let's start off. This is film and box office news. We're talking about comics, but it's all related. All right. This week's movie was The Hunger Games, ladies and gentlemen. Not The Hunger
What?
Games.
What's
The
wrong with you?
Hangover. The Hangover. Part one.
Are you hungover?
No,
He-
not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Too many H's. Help. I can't have too many H's. It's The Hangover, ladies and gentlemen. Part number 1. And today we're gonna give you one chance to get a duck. And the question what it's going to be is, at what time did the Hangover guys steal the tiger from Mike Tyson's home? Was it hashtag 4:30 a.m., hashtag 11:30 p.m., hashtag 9:30 p.m., or hashtag 3:30 a.m.? I'm going to put the banner down at the bottom. So you guys will always have the question right there. And you just put your answer in the comments. And at the end of the show, we will spin to see who wins a duck.
Well, you don't have to worry about me
that is a
spoiling
scary-
this one because I don't think I know.
That's a scary face of Mike Tyson.
Like I have a rough idea, but I don't think I know the exact time.
And to look at Mike is like, wow, Mike at one point really lost himself. Like,
Well, because
Woo.
he wasn't fighting anymore.
but then he lost it all. Like,
True.
he's a beast.
if you ever hear interviews with him, that's why he gave up fighting at one point because I can't remember the way he said it, but he has kind of an addictive personality. So if he gets into something, he just goes full bore. And that's all he
Yeah.
does. So
Yeah.
he's like, I can't do this, and I can't just work out because if I work out, that's all I'll be doing. So that's why he's like,
Yeah.
walk away from it.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some announcements today. Well, we got a big one today, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much news, so much to talk about. If you have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine and you do not want to hear any spoilers, I would say watch this on the recast. Perfectly fine with that. But that'll happen a little bit in about 10 minutes or so. So hang on to yours. And then we're going to talk about all the San Diego Comic-Con announcements. And then we'll get into box office. And then we'll go and talk about The Hangover. All right. So first up, Haven for here. What is wrong with me today? Young at Heart Foundation. This is a great organization run by a great friend, Mike, out in California. They do great things for kids waiting medical procedures out there. Faith, trust, and belief is their motto. There's a couple ways that you can help out Mike and his organization. One way is to go to the website, youngatheartfoundation.com, and click this button, register to become a donor for Donate at Life America. More than 100,000 people are waiting for a life-saving transplant, and you can register to become a donor today. The next way to help is to sponsor a Hope Kit. That's 100% tax deductible. They take all the funds and create these nice little gift boxes for those kids waiting those procedures. If you have another way you want to help, give Mike a call at 323-396-9998 or email him at info@youngatheartfoundation.com and tell him the council sent you. Oh, private chats. Look at that. Alternatives. This is our home away from home located in, what is it doing? Hyde Park, New York. It's owned by our good friend Anthony. What? What'd you say?
Why'd you
say Alternatives?
Because you kind of started
You're kind of like sputtering in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just that's the signal, guys. How many times does that happen? It happens.
Too many.
Okay, but like this is like a little like extra weird. That's all. Start again.
All right, let's start again. Alternatives. This is our home away from home. It's located in Hyde Park, New York. It's owned by our good friend Anthony. He's also part of the Council of Comics. He has a great special for those out there that don't have a comic book shop that they can get to, or comic book shop is too far away. He will ship these books to you, and he'll take 10% off of the price of these books. All books are bagged and boarded. If you want to take advantage of that, please give Anthony a call at 845-233-4234 or email him at alternatives2@aol.com. All right. They also have card tournaments on the weekends, Lorcana, Pokemon, Magic. Give Anthony a call, and he will give you a schedule of what's going on for the weekend. On the YouTubes, the Council of Comics is at 906. We're now on our road to 1,000. 94 more to go until we get to that 1,000. Our watch hours have definitely been going up, so I'm definitely excited about that. There's tons of videos on the channel. Skits and Picks for episode 108 has come on. Comic book Pickups, episode number 38, part 2 of the haul. Part 1 of the 51 book haul is also up there. We also have some motion comics, council conversations, tons of stuff. I've been working all the playlists and putting everything in their right order, so there should be more stuff for you guys to just go to a playlist and watch. But if you're not liked and subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And remember, we go live on Sundays, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific. Mondays, new keys and hot comics of the week, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. And Wednesdays, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific for New Comic Book Day live. Next up, Cliff on Comics. He's at 775. What's going on, Cliff?
Join me Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Comics and Coffee with Cliff. You can watch yesterday's episode now on the rewatch. Comics and Coffee with Cliff, episode 12. It is Couch and Slouching with my pal and co-council member, C. Dizzle. It was a great show. We got rated by bots. You know, we talked comics. I bombarded him with questions about collecting. I introduced 2 new segments. It's all the things. Go check it out.
Excellent. Make sure you are liked and subscribed to Cliff on Comics. Next up, Couching and Slouching with C. Bizzle is at 423. What's going on, C. Bizzle?
Somehow, some way, I lost 2 subs. Wherever y'all at, come back and sub me up again.
The algorithm is alive.
Come check out my channel. I'm doing a lot of unboxings. I have won 3 straight Whatnot giveaways, and I purchased some things from Whatnot, and they all should be here by this week, and I'll put some new stuff out there. I'm currently working on a couple of new shows. I'm actually working on a couple of new live shows coming later this year. So keep an eye out, sub to me, hit that notification, so when those live shows go off, y'all will be there to watch me.
Excellent. Make sure you are subscribed. Next up, it's the Sunday Legendary lineup, ladies and gentlemen. We're part of this great Sunday night lineup out here on YouTube. Starts off at 9:45 with Breakfast with Brian. He had episode number 128. Then it had Comic Book Church at 10:45 a.m. Then, of course, here we are at 5 p.m. for Council of Comics, Film and Box Office News. Then next up at 6 p.m. is the Sunday Sesh, so the Comic Book Hangout. At 7:30,
Katie had to cancel tonight, so no Katie.
So all right, so no Katie, that's open slot. And then 8:30, we have
Deadpool and Wolverine Fully Spoiled over on Legion of Comics, where I'll be on the panel. So come join us.
Oh, you have fun over there, Cliff. You have so much fun.
I'm gonna have
next up, 9 p.m. It's Black Crown Comics Weekly Comic Wrap Up. Dope show and another dope show at 10 p.m. Sunday Night Live with Trev the Shipping Guru and Evil Mike. That's your best Sunday lineup ever. All right.
Speaking of hangover, Grisha guy, what are you drinking, my friend?
I got a new scotch while I was in Syracuse this weekend.
Scorch.
Scorch.
I don't know if I'm doing any kind of copyright things, but Isle of Jura, 12-year.
Nice.
Let's see who's in the Chizat. Las Cruces is here. Thank you, Las Cruces, for joining us. Meatwad number 1 is here. Thank you for joining us. Kenneth Bird is here. Thank you for joining us. Big L. Larry Jackson is here. Thank you for joining us. Brian LCS is here. Thank you for joining us, Brian. Let's see anybody else new.
And I only bought this because I was looking for the Wolverine bottle of Aviation Gin and I can't find it. So I was like, well, I'm in here.
Then the hunt is on.
The hunt's still on. I have the Deadpool one. I just don't have the Wolverine one.
Well, let's begin this big weekend. Deadpool and Wolverine has dropped, my friends. 4 out of 5 have seen it. The 5th has given blessing for us to speak about it. So we're gonna speak about it. First of all, I want numbers.
Yeah,
I want a number of what you. I'll start it off. I give this a 9 out of 10. I take away the 1 point because it does not offer you anything as far as the future of the MCU, like we were promised. It doesn't offer that. I'm just going off of what they said, like what Kevin Feige said. He was like, if this Infinity War was 9 and Endgame was a 10, this is an 8 toward what we're doing in the future. And I'm like, okay, but you didn't leave.
Well,
a
maybe
little
that
thing.
means they're gonna make better movies again.
Maybe, but I took that out for that, and I took off a point. It's a mixed point of
Yeah, but maybe some of the teasers are things that we're gonna see in the future.
we'll see.
So
But
we're
I took
gonna
off
talk-
to mix the one point that I took off. I was underwhelmed. Underwhelmed. I'm not saying that it wasn't great, but I was underwhelmed in the expectation that I thought I was going to see more cameos than what I saw.
Do you see what you allow?
Wait a minute. Why are you pointing your finger at me with your face? I'm just giving you my opinion. All
I
right.
understand your opinion, okay?
All
I
right.
think
We're all friends here. I just want you to know that I've warned you in the past about setting your bar too high.
No, that's
especially-
it.
No,
I
well,
think-
okay, yeah, you're right. I
You know,
did do that a
so
little bit,
we
but
just- we
I was
just
kind of
have to go with it.
expecting a little more. I thought there could be a
And you
little
know what?
bit more.
And you know what? Just like the people who bought X-Force #1 for GW Briggs, you got played, sir. And you gotta stop.
Played.
You gotta
Like
stop.
suckers.
All right. The next time one of these movies
Suckers.
comes out, join me in the
Oh
therapy.
no! I can't
Join me
join
in-
you, Cliff.
Join me in. Okay, well, you're not joining me for
You're
sex,
too
okay?
radical.
all right,
You're
I don't-
radical.
all
No,
right.
I'm not
Listen.
talking about sex. I'm talking about your radical lines. I don't join
I'm
your
not talking about
lines.
radical lines. I'm just saying, join me in the calm section of let's just wait and see
Wait.
what happens.
Wait.
Let's not
Can I
just have-
explain? Can I explain?
Thank you.
Can I explain?
Okay.
Okay.
I agree.
This is supposed to be a swan song for the X-Men universe.
Nah, it's
No,
a
I
swan
don't
song
think so.
for that. The way
It's
I'm
not. It's
for
not.
that
This is
Deadpool.
right.
That,
But
this is
I
a-
the,
this is
my
the-
problem
this
was
is-
I
this
didn't
is the
see
Guardians
I
of
didn't
the
see
Galaxy 3 of the
enough.
Deadpool movies.
I didn't see enough of the original X-Men.
That
Let's
may
put
be
it that
true,
way.
but
Okay,
what kind
Yeah.
of budget
You know what
did
I
you
mean?
think had for
I
this
did
okay.
movie?
not see enough
Yeah.
of that.
that's okay.
You know?
Like
You got a couple of
Cyclops,
them.
Storm, Beast.
You got
like-
enough of that in the credits.
Yeah,
Where?
the credits gave us
The
a
credits
full
gave you
throwback.
all of that.
Did you? Yeah, do you
Those
not
are
remember?
that's not movie stuff.
That
Though.
was-
Those
Had
are-
the
That's
my,
what
my
hero.
version had a QR code at the end, and I had to scan the QR code to see it on my phone.
Yeah.
But wait, all right. You don't have to. That's just me. That's the reason why. Green shirt guy. What
I
do you
liked
think?
it. I think I said this in the chat. I might have. I don't know if I was the first one to see it of our group, but I think Josh saw it.
I think Josh was the first one.
I saw it at 3 p.m.
Oh, so then maybe I saw
Maybe
it.
you
at
are.
8, and that's only because I had to do a Zoom meeting in the afternoon, or else I would have saw it in the afternoon. I liked it. I think this is the best Marvel movie since Endgame, which I loved. And there have been good. I would say since Endgame, there have been good movies, but I think in totality, this is the best one since.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not going to give it a 10. I know a couple people give it a 10. I really, really enjoyed it, and it had some amazing moments. It looked great. The humor's right there. I think a couple times it might have been a little over the top, but that's fine. It's a Deadpool movie. Yeah, it's a high 8, probably 9.
Okay. Cliff.
As a Deadpool movie, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. And as a Marvel movie, it's a 9 out of 10.
That's fair.
And
That's
and
yeah.
and as far as my enjoyment at the movie theater, I laughed my ass off. So thank you. 10 out of 10, Ryan Reynolds. And do you know who made me laugh the most in this movie? Hugh Jackman. 10 out of 10. Also, his body work that he has done at that age and the way his outfit just bursted off, 10 out of 10.
Forget that. How about since we're agreeing we're going to spoil stuff,
Wait, not yet. No, hold on,
Well,
hold on.
The
Wait.
long-
We're going to do spoilers. Hold on. Okay.
The part where they're
Okay.
holding hands to connect the circuit, and then
Yeah.
Deadpool looks back and goes,
Yeah,
That
yeah,
made me laugh.
exactly. Yeah.
They
All
did
right,
a lovely job covering Deadpool's pansexuality in this film.
After we do the numbers, we'll go over a little bit of cameos. Phil. See, Bill, you said you didn't see it.
No, yeah.
Who said I didn't see it?
Oh, you've been playing
you've
the whole time, son.
Playing us.
I literally said
And he had a busy Sunday, so
I had
like,
a-
he probably went to his.
Bill got it.
Okay. All right.
So he either went to see
All right,
Deadpool
well,
or he
My
you know,
apologies.
Yeah.
My apologies.
got the right
I'm sorry.
fire stick app.
I'm
and-
sorry. When I deal with clips, sometimes it just happens.
See,
I'm sorry. Go
This
ahead.
is why me and Phil are so cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he knows me. He knows
Listen.
me.
Hello?
He paid attention.
Phil is the greatest. You're not.
He
You're
paid
not
attention to what I
fooling.
said.
Now I feel
Okay. I love the cameos. I love the cameos to this. Some of them I could have dealt without.
Like which one?
Hit
Hit that button, Cliff, or don't.
Yeah.
Ready? Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
No, we're not gonna do that every time.
The one I didn't care for is just because of his outfit, and that's Gambit.
Here's what I'll say.
I don't like. I never liked the headband.
I thought
They're
his
using
I
the-
thought his voice and stuff, how he was speaking, was
Oh.
on point.
I was
They're
okay.
using him again. He's Gambit
Yeah.
in the new
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
So too, because and by the way, he looked kind of great.
He was
Yeah.
awesome.
They're
yeah,
using him
I
going
loved
forward
him.
again.
never. Now hear me out. As far as comic books, cartoons, or movies or video games, I never really liked the Gambit's head.
Yeah.
It could use some
Thought.
work. It could
Yeah.
use some work.
No, but
Yeah.
as far as him looking comic accurate,
Yeah, he's comic accurate.
the Cajun speak hilarious and
Yeah.
wonderful. The
Yes.
card and the staff, his energy
Amazing.
effects, amazing.
Yes.
That was one of the best
Yes.
parts.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So-
exciting.
So it was a ton of crotch shots in this whole movie altogether. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
But what
Trigger
I'm
Jim,
saying,
Gambit was terrible. Come on.
You lied,
on.
Jim. Nigga Jim.
to each his own.
What
I
did you
give
just say?
To each his own.
No.
Who? Me?
Me?
Yeah.
I
Digger
said you.
Jim.
I said you lied, nigga Jim. I didn't say nothing.
Hold on. Slow down and say that slowly because
You
I,
lied.
I grew up reading Huckleberry Finn once a year, and that sounds
Oh
a
my
little
God.
too close to a character in there.
No.
Okay, so
I know you wouldn't say that, but I'm
his
like,
name is Jim, and he
Yeah.
has a metal detector in real life. He has a metal
His
detector.
digger, yeah.
And he goes,
Digger.
His
"Listen,
name,
Okay,
Digger
that's what
Jim.
I'm trying to figure out.
And
What
name.
you say.
Sometimes
And no,
Now
you didn't
the
say the
now
other
the
thing.
fake algorithm's gonna come in and
Yeah,
mess
you
with the
didn't say
shit
that.
out of us.
Also-
Oh my God.
Also, when I'm on live streams, when I'm on live streams with Jim, he likes to throw out DC stuff and Amanda Waller stuff, and then I've labeled him Trigger Jim
That's
as a
fair.
result.
I know you didn't say the other one. I was trying to figure out the one you did say. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Good job, Jim. Good job.
Come on.
Because I knew it
I was
was
going-
happening. It sounded like the feed was cutting out. I'm like, wait.
We get it. All right.
Can't
We
even
get it.
breathe
All
right
right,
now.
We get it.
Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, Steve.
Sorry. And I love that Cephas was laughing.
Oh, I'm just gonna say I gave it a solid 9.5.
All right.
Yeah.
Phil.
I'm giving it a solid 8. And
Ooh.
yeah, I'll be the lower one on the tier. And mainly, I'm gonna say like the actual story elements are kind of lacking in this movie.
I agree
it's
with
a
you,
little-
Phil.
Yeah, it's a
I
little
agree
bit that it's cool that it's Deadpool and Wolverine and the jokes and stuff
Mhm.
carry this movie, but story wise, it revolves a lot around the Loki show. So it's I'd give it like an 8, and I mean it's like I said, it's like the funnest Marvel movie we had since Thor Ragnarok. I've liked some others, I think quality wise, I think Black Panther 2 was really up there a few years ago.
Guardians 3.
And I actually like Deadpool 2 better than this because it had the better story of the two movies.
It did have a better
So-
story. You're right. I agree.
So yeah, I would give
like the one story point of so that Wolverine was gone from that universe. so the universe started deteriorating.
Yeah.
So he brings this Wolverine into this universe, but doesn't that make the other universe start deteriorating?
Yeah, but
You don't care. You don't care about
the
that
other
one.
universe
I love
is-
that. Like that shot has a
Yeah.
cameo for Lightfield on the store.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
that doesn't necessarily that doesn't necessarily mean that other universe is deteriorating, because that other universe, Wolverine may not have been the anchor being.
Oh,
True.
okay. You're right.
So,
So
you know what I mean?
it's
It just
still
so
a
happens
little
in his
there. Just
universe,
like listen
You're
to those
right.
sentences, and you'll see what I
And we
mean.
found out that Deadpool's universe is Earth 1000
10,005.
10,006 or something like that.
Five,
Yeah,
I think.
10,005 or something
How
like that.
about? So, is his birthday on the same day he gets rejected in the interview?
Wait, he's
I
covering
don't
your face.
know.
What'd you say?
You know how he goes in the interview with Happy,
Yeah,
and then he gets rejected.
yeah.
Is his birthday party the same day?
I think so.
That means that he and I have the same birthday.
Oh,
Because if
Nice.
you notice on the thing, it was March 14th, 2018. I'm like, hold on,
that's
Oh
mine.
my!
that's my birthday.
I would-
let's,
I would like to address Ken Roland
Please.
for
Hey,
saying we're
he says,
drinking-
you other folks drinking too much Kool-Aid. What? I don't know what he means.
I mean,
He agrees
I-
with me. 758. So it's like I said, it's a very fun movie though, and we haven't had that level of fun since like the Thor Ragnarok. So the jokes, the action, it does carry it through to like an 8, and it is a fun summer movie that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take itself seriously. It's fully tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
And I think we all
Go ahead.
know that going in, and that's
Right.
really important. It's really important. Not like that Love and Thunder, but
Really important. We have to make sure that we're prepared.
exactly, and that we
have to make
keep
sure that
our
we're good.
bars low.
How about
I actually
except-
avoided like
I don't want
trailers
to
for
be mad
this.
anymore.
I avoided spoilers. I didn't
I did
really
too.
believe it. Like
Yeah.
I
so,
did
I
most
didn't
So
of it.
what was
really.
the spoiler from last week that I put my fingers in my ears over?
Larry says the Logan Wolverine was part of Deadpool's universe. Yes. That's his universe. That universe,
Right.
the Fox
And-
universe, is Earth 1005 or 6 and stuff. That's the
10,005.
Fox 10,005 6. That's the Fox.
And in
universe.
that universe, Logan is the anchor being, but not
Yes.
in all of the other ones.
Yes.
Okay, so two things. To answer your question, Green Shirt Guy, when you plug your ears for the spoiler,
Oh, okay.
Laura Kinney,
Oh, amazing.
Oh,
X-23.
yeah, okay.
That's okay. Secondly, for Ken Roland, it's cool. I don't think nobody's drinking the Kool-Aid. It's just everybody has their own personal opinion about a movie. Some people rate it high because that's what if that person watch it, that's their feeling about the movie. Phil has his because that's how he feels, and it's cool. That's one thing about this hobby. That's one thing about
Yeah,
loving these
subjective.
movies. Everybody has their own opinion, so
Subjective.
nobody's not drinking any Kool-Aid. It's just that they have their own personal opinion. about
Ken Roland, I can say since I've grown up with him all my life, he's not very knowledgeable in the comic book world.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So
I mean,
his
what am I-
7.5. That's what I'm saying. His 7.5 is justified in the fact
Yes,
that
Absolutely.
he doesn't really know about certain things, like the
It's
Wolverine
like
on the X of cover X-Men 257.
facts.
Right.
Unbelievable.
7.5 is
Oh.
still like a 3-star movie. You know,
Mario's
so
like,
when you
why?
when you
What's
grade it
that?
that
Yeah,
way,
I'm not
that's
saying I'm not saying it's not a bad.
Cover the Uncanny X-Men 257. That's what that
I'm not
is.
saying it was bad. I'm not saying 7.5 is a bad rating. I'm just saying that the everybody drinking too much of the Kool-Aid reference. It's not that. It's just these are how everybody feels about it.
Yeah.
Have their own opinion. Like my part was when Wolverine finally put on the mask. I was hyped for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought the mask didn't look that great.
I didn't
I
like
thought
the
it
nose
looked
part of
pretty
it.
good.
but The rest of
I
it was
thought it looked pretty
I
good.
thought it was cool when he first put
Yeah.
it on, but when he starts talking with Deadpool and all that other stuff, I was
Yeah.
like, it's not that great. It was not that
Yeah.
great.
I went into this movie obviously expecting it to be good, but literally I was expecting to have a fun, good time, and that's what I got out of it. So
That's why I got
like
it
I
too.
have no complaints.
No.
Let's real quick cameos. My
Age of
favorite
Apocalypse
cameo.
Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
I'm
What's that?
sorry. I didn't
Which
mean to
one?
cut you off. I
No,
just had to
that's
say it. Age of
Oh.
Apocalypse Wolverine.
My favorite one is Blade.
Blade was
Yeah.
good.
Yep, that's more than a cameo though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, like
My favorite.
Calverine
Evans.
is my favorite cameo.
Who?
He looked great as Wolverine.
Calverine.
He looked phenomenal as Wolverine, man. That
Yeah.
would be crazy.
Mine was Chris Evans because we all know we thought he was someone else.
We thought he was Cap.
absolutely.
No, you know
Yeah.
what's so funny? When I heard the music, I was like, "This is not Captain America." And then when he said "Flame On," I was like, "Yeah."
Right.
Yeah. That was a great one too.
Especially the cutscene at the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
how
what
he
about-
really did say all that stuff.
Right.
What about comic accurate Wolverine, the 5'3"
Yes.
in the bar?
Yes.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was funny.
Yes.
They show Patch, Age of
Yeah.
Apocalypse Wolverine, like you said. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Someone
I
in
also
the
like
chat
the
mentioned the
TVA
Brown.
guy from Succession, that British guy. I thought he
Yeah.
was great.
Oh yeah,
He's not a cameo, but I thought he was great.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about with Deadpool Wolverine?
Oh my! How great was Jennifer Gardner's Elektra?
She
was
wasn't
a lot-
in enough to
wait,
be, you know.
A lot better than the movie Elektra.
And
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn it!" I'm like, I would give her another movie after this. I was like, she looked fabulous. I loved it.
Yeah.
How ugly was that dog?
Oh
So
god.
adorably ugly. It was
Oh.
perfect.
And then he's
It was
like letting it
perfect.
lick his face. I was like, you
Yes.
need to stop. I was
Oh,
getting
what his
annoyed.
mouth open?
Yes. I was like,
Oh.
you need to stop.
How about No Dazzler?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, you know what? We deserve that. But how about Blake Lively as Lady Deadpool?
She looked
yeah,
great.
the hundred Deadpools. Did y'all recognize most of them? Because I seen a couple of them.
Like honestly, that was one of my favorite cameos. Is the mini Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's there's a Deadpool pinball machine, like pinball machine, and the mini Deadpool is on the game, and he actually like talks and stuff. It's great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that everybody loves Peter. Peter's
Yeah.
the other hero of this movie.
I thought that the opening was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Especially the where he's killing everybody with the adamantium bones.
Yes.
I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I don't need the rest of this movie after that, but
Yeah.
obviously, you know.
That was an amazing opening.
That
And
was
it
a-
looked great
it
in
was wild.
3D, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, did you see it?
I didn't
3D?
watch that.
Can we talk about Deadpool's Taylor? The
Yeah.
whole scene.
He's
Yes.
over.
In his
Yes.
dress, I kept grabbing it. That was wild. That's what I was telling y'all. Like there was a lot of crotch shots. Like that scene, Deadpool keeps stabbing people in the crotch.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
It was pretty good.
How about
It
the,
was pretty
Larry
all
brought
the
up a good
music?
point.
that was
It's
on
like,
in the
oh,
car?
you grab Punisher's bazooka. Which Punisher? There's been like 5.
Yeah.
Never Blade's like, I'm the only Blade. There ain't never gonna be another Blade.
Deadpool looks at the camera like,
Yeah.
I think he gave it a look like he's right.
Right.
I like the fourth wall. The fourth wall break in that Deadpool was doing in this movie. I
oh
liked
my
it a
god!
lot.
And pretty Deadpool. How's just what a tragedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kind Deadpool is what they call it. He was
Oh, my
kind.
You gotta regenerate.
Yeah, it's like what do you mean
It's
you
very
don't
kind.
regenerate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the. How about all the music that was playing in the car when they were fighting?
Yeah. I
And
love
at one
yeah.
point, it was Greatest Showman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't catch all the songs, but there was a handful. I'm like, oh, I know what that one is. I know what that
I'm
one
definitely
is.
gonna go
That's
see
why
it again.
that's why I use Greatest Showman for my tag in on Instagram today.
No, nice.
I'm
Everyone
definitely gonna go see it again.
everyone I tag in the Sunday night lineup, I use part of the Deadpool soundtrack. Except for the last
Nice.
one, I went with MF Doom because I felt like that was a nice trajectory to end the weekend on.
Did you see the interview? Can't remember what show it was on, where he was talking about how they got Madonna to okay her
No,
song
how
in
did
it.
they get her to okay it?
Mhm.
So him and Sean Levy went to her house. She's like, yeah,
Ooh.
I'd probably do it, but you got to come talk to me. So they got this meeting with her, and they're in the middle and they're talking. And she was fully into it. She's like, I fully get it. She's talking about, and she starts singing, but you got to do it like this. And Sean Levy's still fully like, okay, taking notes. And Ryan was like, he's like, she's singing, and I kept elbowing him like, fucking Madonna.
But it's so funny because for years there's so many people who are like, oh yeah, but she's not really that talented. But the fact that she can have a meeting and start singing how it should sound for the soundtrack, and then that she went and got her people to orchestrate it for the soundtrack. I mean, come on, man, come on.
Yeah. And the soundtrack was great.
Oh,
Front to
yeah.
back,
Very
really
well done. Very well done.
Yeah.
All right, I just gotta write this thing in here. Sorry.
When you
Okay. All right, let's talk about San Diego Comic-Con. There's a few announcements we're gonna go over.
Were we not
First
even gonna look
one,
at
Captain
numbers for
America.
this movie, by the way?
When we get to the box
Okay, I was gonna
office.
say,
All
yeah.
right,
I knew it was close to. I haven't seen the final number though.
Captain America Brave New World footage reveals plan to rebuild the Avengers and Giancarlo Esposito's role. He's not playing GW Bridge.
I know, psych, everybody.
He's playing a character called Sidewinder. So that
Yes, the Serpent Society. By the way, can I
Yeah.
just say, Anthony Mackie, get a new wardrobe person. Someone tell Anthony Mackie to get a new wardrobe. Or get a new person who does your costuming.
He's at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
why are you hating on a man's clothes for?
Dress whatever way
you know what?
want.
This man is Captain Mother Loving America right now. He needs to be styling.
Wait,
and
no, because Chris
profiling.
Evans didn't have to do that. So why does he have to do
Chris
that?
Evans always looks styling and profiling. Oh my god! And he needs
Anthony
to be
Mackie's
styling.
been styling. So what? Just this? You don't like the jacket? Is that what
I
it
really
is?
hate that
That
outfit.
jacket
That
looks
whole outfit, head to toe, is that
Oh my
purple
God.
plaid.
It
Purple
matches.
plaid.
What's wrong
It
with that?
I was
matches.
gonna say.
No,
I
but
thought
it's
it
got. It doesn't matter if it matches. It's ugly. Like just no.
To you, I think that looks
No.
fine.
The Council of Comics giving you fashion tips too, as well. ladies and
Listen.
gentlemen.
No, you bet. If
So you're not gonna go see Brave New World because he's wearing
I'm
that.
gonna see Brave New
You're
World.
not gonna go see it because of the way he dresses.
This man has the weight
Who cares?
of the
You're
world.
right.
deal with him every
I
day.
have faith
You're
that he
following
can handle that. He can shoulder that load. I have faith. Let him
No,
know.
but okay. I just want you to know my critique of how much I hated his outfit versus all other things are wildly separate. I think the movie's going to be great. I think he's going to do a great job. I mean, but I'm just like, this is a major event. And like, I can't have you looking like this. And Harrison
this is
Ford
the cattiest
looked like he
nothing I've
rolled
heard
out of
all
bed.
weekend.
Harrison Ford looked
This
like
is
he
a
rolled-
nothing burger that you're arguing about right now.
It's just terrible. But
It's got no cheese. It's got no pickles. It's a nothing burger right there. All right, next up. Harrison Ford is Thaddeus Ross. We all know that.
Yeah.
Marvel reveals first Thunderbolts footage ahead of 2025 premiere.
I'm sorry to get
Cliff actually sent this this thing in our chat. The Fantastic Four. I thought this looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this one yet.
Yeah.
It's just preliminary shots, and like that may not, none of that may make it into the movie, but it looks so good.
Oh, it's 1960s like
Alternate
sitcom,
universe.
like
So let me ask you this: do you think they did WandaVision so they could do test shots for this?
No.
no,
No.
not for this, but
I can see where
definitely-
you're going with it though.
Yeah,
Test
not
it so
for
they
it.
Yeah,
they
I can see
do
where
it-
you're going with it, but yeah.
They're taking it to a
hopefully-
next level. Let's put it that way. They're
Yeah.
taking that to the next
Yeah.
level, and it looks great. As far,
Yeah, I
as
can
far
see.
as
I can
like
see where you get that
story
from.
wise and everything. My favorite part in here, what is that dating show? There's a dating show on there.
Love
And the
Connection?
girl-
Love Connection? No.
No, I don't think it's Love
Oh,
Connection.
the dating game.
The dating game.
Yeah.
And one of the girls goes, "I'll pick number 3," and they're like contestant 3, and they go to these 3 shadows sitting down, and one of them's the thing, like sitting in the thing. Is and just from the little bit of Pedro Pascal, he's Reed Richards, bro. He's Reed
Yeah.
Richards. Yeah, he's acting just like Reed Richards, and I think that's pretty cool. First Steps. I probably would have just called it the Fantastic Four, but I get why they're calling it First Steps.
First of all, this lame, I hate it. I'm sure they're gonna drop it when the movie comes out. First steps.
Yeah,
Please.
that's the only part I don't like about that.
Yeah.
And of course, big news: Robert Downey Jr. is going to be the MCU's Doctor
Mistake.
Doom.
Yeah, mistake. You know,
Um,
it's safe and it's lazy, and it might be pretty good, but it's safe and it's lazy.
So you told me, you cut me off as we were talking before, and rightly so. So I save it for now. Great actor, love him. He will probably do a phenomenal job in this movie. However, not only is it probably lazy, it's you're putting yourself in a position where you're already behind the eight ball, because he's so iconically Iron Man that you now have to convince people that he's another character, when you could have just gotten another great actor to be Doom and just hit the ground running. I think it's a mistake. He will probably be good. I'm not going to not go see this movie because of it. I just think it's a mistake.
Yeah, I think the story is going to have to matter tremendously.
100%. And I'm done with this multiverse crap. Can we move on? I'm done with it.
Like, is he the Doctor Doom from Fantastic Four's universe? You know what I mean? Because Fantastic Four was said to be heavy in the two Avengers movies. So there is a story. Comics Explained has actually talked about it. It's a story of a what if, and it has Doctor Doom and Tony Stark going to college together instead of Reed. And what happens is Doctor Doom tricks Tony Stark and switches his mind into Tony Stark's body, and they switch basically. And
why?
Because that Doctor Doom was like poor from Latveria. He had to struggle to get his scholarship.
So he's trying to steal Tony's ass.
Yeah, he wanted his resources. Yeah. But then it actually proved when Tony is in Doctor Doom's body, he actually realizes what it's like to work hard and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then he grows up to be this big, like, person. So it could be
that Spider-Man story, basically.
Yeah, so it has potential, man. It's just, it has potential. It's a story.
I'm gonna say this for all those people that's specking on that. What's that book? Infamous Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's not that.
It's not
the same thing.
There's some first appearance stuff in that too.
Infamous Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's the Iron Man and the infamous Iron Man.
Yeah.
And
so it's not the
find
same.
Out in that story that Tony's parents are not his parents.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a lot of making people believe. So that depends a lot on your multiversal stories. And I was like, we just had a multiversal story, and you didn't do anything to tell me about the future, which is okay, but that means they got a lot of work to do. Because Captain America is not gonna have multiverse stuff.
I thought they told you about the future when he was like, the multiverse isn't working. It's time to take the L and move on.
And here's the thing,
they have to finish it off.
If you want to bring Robert Downey Jr. back, I'm okay with that. You don't even have to bring him back as Iron Man. Follow the source material, and Riri Williams AI is Tony. Bring him back as that. There's no reason he can't be.
That's still possible.
Iconic on screen as that.
That's still possible.
Still very possible.
Yeah, but now you're gonna overuse him.
Yeah.
They're in a hole right now, man. They're in a hole, and they're pulling.
Deadpool just came out. It saved the MCU.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'll just put it this way. It saved it in the sense that, okay, now we're ready for Captain America with no problems. We're ready for Captain America with no problems. But they still got to make good movies and good storylines afterwards. Like, they have a clean palette, I feel, right now. Palette's clean. Deadpool and Wolverine sprayed the palette. It's clean. Everybody's ready now. But we'll see.
Yeah, right. There is like a hole where, like, all right, so where's all this multiverse stuff going now?
Yeah,
how do you wrap it up? And
which I think they'll do in Fantastic Four. They'll really solidify the story in there, because then Avengers Doomsday is in 2026. Next year, next year we have Captain America, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four.
Well, you're also assuming that none of this stuff. There's no issues. Something doesn't get pushed back. The schedule doesn't change. Yeah. Because we all know what the schedule was in the first three phases.
Yeah.
We moved so many different times.
I mean, it was a whole new movie. It was Kang Dynasty, remember?
Well, I'm talking about long before that. Before Endgame, the schedule changed so many times.
Yeah, wasn't there a Daredevil show to come out, like Born Again or something?
Yeah, it comes out. It's coming out next year.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, that Black Panther moved a couple times as to when it was going to come out.
Yeah.
In the lead up to everything, so in those first three, just because it's the schedule now doesn't mean it's going to stay that.
Correct. And titles change too.
And that too.
Correct. All right. Let's look at the box office. Of course, Deadpool and Wolverine with 205.
Fabulous.
Is that-
Ooh.
But
Let me
that's
ask
still
y'all
last
this.
night. That doesn't include today.
Let me ask
And
y'all this. Will this be a
worldwide
billion?
at 438. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I thought. I think it too. This will be $1 billion.
Oh, this
They're
will be
already
a
halfway
billion-dollar
there in the
movie
first
by-
weekend.
You think
Yeah.
it'll be $1 billion movie by next week?
Probably.
Very
think
much
so.
so.
Maybe.
There's
If not, we can make it. We can keep going, guys.
What's the
Ooh,
record? For
what's coming out
R-rated
next
movies?
week?
Nothing.
Think they
I'm saying
broke
that we can keep. We can make it to $1 billion if all of us keep going.
I'll go see it
It'll
again.
break
I
a
enjoyed
billion.
it.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for a movie to make 468 million its first weekend and not make $1 billion.
True.
That's very, very tough. Even if it's a bad movie, and this is a good movie. You know what I mean? So
Oh, the Fabulous
Twisters. Twisters, not bad for Twisters. Pulled in 35 million in its second week. Not bad.
There's a theater here in Texas. Was a 4D theater where you go see Twister. Your seat will move. They will like
wind.
wind and
Oh, that's dope.
elements and stuff. So I'm gonna try to see if me and my lady could go out and go see that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Despicable Me is in at number 3, dropping 40%. Inside Out 2 became the biggest animated movie of all time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see what its total is.
Harold and the Purple
1.5.
Crayon is the big release next week.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
And I'll go see it because I
Deadpool's
love that book. But come on.
Yeah.
I expect
not big
Deadpool
movie.
to do another 100 million or so next week.
The next
domestically.
one that might
I'm gonna say
challenge it slightly
125.
is Borderlands, and that's not for 2 weeks. And then after that, who knows? It'll be a while.
Yeah.
Long Legs came in at number 5.
That movie
dropping
is
40%.
awful.
A Quiet
Is it
Place
bad?
31.
That movie is
Really?
awful.
That's what I heard.
Wow.
That movie is. There was nothing like Long Legs to come on after Deadpool Wolverine to make Deadpool Wolverine look like Lawrence of Arabia. All right?
Damn,
Like that movie.
watch them back to back. I mean, I think Long Legs is worth the watch. It's not super amazing, but I think it's worth one watch.
So Cliff, let me ask you this: is it a theater watch or streaming watch?
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
stream and watch.
Is it a horror movie? What is it?
It's a horror
horror.
movie. This cop chick is like piecing stuff together. Like, why are these people being murdered around these kids' birthday? Like, how is it happening? How does it connect to my birthday? Why is it all satanic imagery? Mom, what did you do? I mean, like, it's just a whole thing, you know? And so yeah, monsters, satanic ritual, people getting murdered and killed, you know. I mean,
I'm
it's
good.
good for one watch. Good for one watch.
Yeah, it's awful. Just I'm saying it.
No,
Um,
it's just awful.
What's
Come
wild
on.
to me, if you look at this list, is how precipitously the numbers go down after the top 3.
Yeah.
Where number
Right.
8 made $1 million.
Bad Boys is still in the top 10.
That's
Bad
crazy.
Boys
Yeah,
is
but it made
still
$1
in the
million.
top 10. Yeah, and then number 10 is only 452,000.
That's
Planet of the
insane.
Apes. Planet of the Apes went up
That's right, baby.
108%.
So
That's
what is the
pretty good.
Fabulous Four? Is like the generic Fantastic Four?
That Cheryl Lee Ralph is in that movie, and Bette Midler is in that movie. Megan Mullally is in that movie, and I forgot who the fourth lady is. But they're going to their college friend's wedding. You know, it's like a surprise, and of course they're all old, and you know, but they rekindle their friendship, and you know, oh, Susan Sarandon is the fourth one. Normally I wouldn't care, but you're giving me Cheryl Lee Ralph, and you're giving me Bette Midler, so. I mean, I like to keep my gay card, so I will see this.
All right, and then we'll go straight to the bottom. Escape from Germany is number 25, brought in $3,500.
Dave's
Not
being
sure.
the last one on the list. Like it's just holding that spot.
Give me some numbers. What do you think Deadpool's going to bring in next week? Some predictions. I say 125.
161.
61, see Bizzle?
Domestic.
Yeah, domestic.
We're just talking about domestic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 130.
130. Phil?
I'm gonna say 95.
Ooh, big
Ooh,
drop.
an athlete.
All right.
Yeah, I'm saying
Cliff.
95.
Cliff.
I'm gonna go with like 130. I think it's ramping up hot. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll find out next week if we
Find
are
out
the
next week.
predictors that we are.
I think a bunch of people who sat home to watch the Olympic opening ceremony are going to go, oh, I got to go see this now.
Yeah.
Although the opening ceremony, mwah,
Parts of it were great. Parts of it, I was
and
like,
Celine Dion looked so good. I mean, she looked a little frail, but she delivered, and I thought that was great.
I thought them coming in the boats was interesting, but then kind of stupid because then you had then take the torch somewhere else anyway. So why would you not have the cauldron where they were?
I feel like they had a plan. I feel like they kind of lost a track and then they just improvised and were just ran with.
Yeah.
I like that
I also
dude
didn't
running
understand
across the roofs like Assassin's Creed. That
Yeah.
part was cool.
Yes.
And I like
I
that
also didn't-
metal band started out with a headless chick.
Yes. Yes.
And fire and the whole bit. And
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this thing because
I also didn't understand why Carl Lewis, Serena Williams, Nani Comaneci, and Rafael Nadal were part of the ceremony when they're not French. You might talk me into Rafael Nadal because he's won the French Open 14 times and he's beloved in that country. But the other three made
they
no
all were
sense
like
whatsoever.
French did very well in the French Open. That's why they were all in the SAU.
Carl Lewis is a sprinter.
Oh, all
He's
right.
never played the other three are just whatever. I don't know why they were there.
Well, I know why we're here, and I hope you did your homework, ladies and gentlemen, because this week, if I can get this video to stop, your homework was to watch The Hangover. This movie came out in 2009. Directed by Todd Phillips of Mr. Joker himself.
Mm-hmm.
What
And
do we
think?
Old School. He did Old School as well.
This came out the same year that Michael Jackson died.
That's right.
I feel like somehow this it intertwines cosmically.
Pretty funny movie.
Yeah.
Funny movie. It's different now watching it somewhat
It is.
15 years later. It's
But
different.
how different? What was like the first clue that just made you feel watching this movie? What was like the first thing that like struck you as that this movie is not evergreen? What could that be? I feel like it was something being screamed right as the opening dialogue of the film. What was that? Does anybody
This
else?
is the opening dialogue. This scene right here.
Does anybody want to say it?
He's no, Cliff is talking about
I know
when
what he's
they're-
talking
when they're
about.
getting
but this,
what's
but
his
this
face?
is the opening scene.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that.
I agree with you, Cliff. There's some things in this movie that today will not fly.
Not at all.
Will not
And
fly.
the thing is like, I mean, I still take it in stride, but at the exact same time, like this movie's like homophobic jokes and misogynist jokes were like so much worse than I remember. I was like, oh my god! Like I feel now. I feel like I'm being beaten over the head. That said, I'm just making a point. This movie's comedy is not evergreen, but I had a nice time.
The first time I watched it back in like 2009, it was like overly praised to me. So like,
Yeah.
like 2009,
It was the first
like,
of its kind, though. It was kind of the first of its
it was like
kind.
so overly praised, and I finally get to, all right, I'm gonna watch this. This is supposed to be funny as hell, and when it like falls incredibly short of like the overly praised, like, so I was like, I'm kind of over it. Like, so I never went back for Hangover 2 or 3 because the first one was just so overly praised.
So this movie also fell into that era of shock value on screen
Yeah.
in comedies.
Mhm.
And going back now, and I still enjoyed it. I thought I thought I was going to enjoy rewatching it more than I did. Going back now, there's so much more stuff that we see on screen now, and in real life that is so far. This pales in comparison. That this was like, no, that's funny, but it's not. I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
There were a couple moments that were still like, oh, okay, I remember that. But
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. Lots of points for Mike Tyson. Lots of points for Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah.
And I forgot how much this is a vehicle for Zach Galifianakis. Really,
Yes, yes.
Cool.
I mean, he'd had some movies. This one really kind of launched him into the stratosphere as far as what he is now. Because before that, I don't think a lot of people knew who he was.
Him and
He
Ken
does
Jeong,
have
right?
nice legs, by the way.
Ken Jeong,
Yeah,
kinda.
he's got his mother's legs.
He got his legs.
How about the jock strap? He's wearing a jock strap right out the gate. I'm like, oh right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What are some favorite moments from this movie?
She had sex with the bartender. Yeah, but he didn't come inside her.
Oh, I hated his girlfriend.
She's
Yeah.
not supposed to
Oh,
Yeah.
horrible. Horrible.
Is this hotel pager friendly? I mean, he had a bunch of one-liners that made me laugh. Oh, so remember when they're going up to the room, and the hotel doors open, and there's a guy clearly engaged in activities with that woman?
Mm-hmm.
That's the director.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's Todd Phillips.
Oh,
I did not know that.
okay.
And he's also, if you've ever seen Old School, he's the guy that shows up at which Wilson? It's not the main character. The two Wilsons are blanking. I can't remember which one's which. And he's the guy that shows up at the house and says, "I'm here for the gangbang." Remember that in Old School?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
So he's got the same creepy mustache and tracksuit basically in this movie too.
Yeah, it it was funny to me. This movie was funny to me. It wasn't like okay. So you know how we saying that this movie they can't do it in today's atmosphere. Same thing with like Austin Powers, but I had more fun watching Austin Powers than I
Agreed.
did with this.
I remember of the three, the second one being the funniest of the three. So I'm looking forward to that one next week. But this one, I remember it being funny. But
Yeah,
the line from this movie that I always remember that still makes me laugh, whether it's not evergreen as we're saying, is where he says, "I gave her my grandmother's Holocaust ring," and he says they gave out rings during the Holocaust. That makes me laugh because it's so stupid that I'm like, I can't believe you just said that.
I don't know. Some of the stuff in here is just not. One thing that wasn't believable was the cop car thing. There's no way you're stealing a cop car and
Right.
riding around all
At
over
all.
Las Vegas with it. You know
At
what I mean?
all.
So that part was a little.
Yeah,
It was a different time.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is the movie is supposed to be they did stuff that's so over the top, but they don't remember any of it. So stealing a cop car clearly is something ridiculous.
The photo montage at the end is
Yeah.
fantastic.
So I have the unrated version. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I think there's more photos in the unrated version at the end.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was like, even in the regular version, what's his name's dong is out in the elevator. That's a thing.
Right.
That's not real though. That's
No,
a
of course
fake.
it's not real. It's prosthetic.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, Mike Tyson playing Something in the Air Tonight.
Yes.
Oh,
Very
fuck.
iconic.
That was for me.
Yeah.
That was my real true laugh moment.
Yeah.
All right. So just for you, C. Bizzle, I had two moments that I criticized. You know how you're like, you look forward to me every week.
Oh,
finding
okay.
So
Yeah.
first one
I'm
is they're driving the car
Mm-hmm.
and then get sideswiped or whatever you want to call it into a pole, but the car's still drivable afterward.
Nah,
And it just has a
it
little
ain't
mini
happening.
dent in it,
Nah,
and they clearly got smashed in half.
wrapped around.
But I'll let it go because we have to get somewhere, so they need to still have a car.
Mhm.
The other one that I still to this day is like, wait, how does that work? So when they go to get Doug, and they get Doug, the guy that gets out of the car is Mike Epps is easily 1.5 feet taller than their friend. You would know that's not him because he's so much
Exactly.
taller.
Exactly. So
Forget the clothes because you can find he just think whatever clothes, but it's clearly not him. But
and another thing, Sam said, because Sam kind of took one of yours away with the police car. If you steal a police car anywhere, it's easily to be tracked.
right, yeah.
Mhm.
So there's no way you could just drive around the city with a police car.
Well, And
Mhm.
how about the hotel valets it?
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah. Like what?
yeah.
What's going on here? I couldn't believe they left him up on the roof for like 2 days, bro. That he could have died. Like seriously,
Yeah.
could have died because of all the stuff
Especially-
he took.
and especially if you're on a roof in Las Vegas weather.
Well,
Yeah.
he is pretty burnt when they
He's
finally
pretty
find him.
burnt.
Yeah,
And I
But
think
2
he's
days
sitting under
worth?
there to get to the, get to a shade or whatever. But
yeah.
What else about this movie?
how about the wedding singer?
The wedding scene. You mean the chapel?
No, the guy at the wedding at the end.
He's singing 50 Cent. He was singing Magic Stick.
the
That
Magic
actually
Stick.
was
Yeah.
that cracked me up when I saw it. Like that
He's
was
also the same wedding singer from Old School.
Yeah.
he's singing it to like a grandma.
Yes,
Like-
yes. Did you just eat sofa pizza? I wrote that line down too.
Like
My-
you said, this movie is just, it's funny. It's funny. But then like it loses its stuff after a while. It's like, all right.
I also loved, and I think I noticed this the first time, is at the end where Ed Helms finally breaks up with the girlfriend. He's like, basically, I'm done with you. She wouldn't remember how she yells at him, and he's like, you screwed the guy on the cruise. Da, 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 da. And then she's standing there, and Galifianakis comes up and starts talking to her, and he says, I'm thinking about getting my bartender's license.
Wait,
That
so
was like, that's
the
such
guy-
a subtle joke. It made me laugh.
the wedding singer guy is named Dan something, right? And Dan Finnerty, right? And he has the Dan Band,
Yes.
and he's actually in multiple movies as the Dan Band.
Yes.
And I recognized him from Single All the Way, the Netflix original gay holiday romantic comedy, because homegirl there from American Pie, she's in it, and he starts singing all wild and crazy and sexy to her at the end of the film. So I was like, this dude's everywhere, and he's got an ongoing gimmick. He's got many films where he is this character.
So does that mean all these universes are connected?
Yeah, well, they would. They're all
It could
Todd
be.
Phillips movies.
It could be.
Todd Phillips do Single All the Way.
Top
So-
Phillip universe.
So should we gonna call it the Danverse?
Yeah, the Danverse. Yeah, no, directed
Um,
by Michael Mayer. So yeah, but we could call it the Danverse. He these universes.
Kamaria says, my hot take is this movie to me was amusing but not funny, especially considering I remember everyone talking about how hilarious it was, but watching today I was like, about it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually like watching it today. I found it a little bit better because like when I watched it, because it was like the talk of the town.
Mhm.
You gotta think like 2009, we were coming out of like the recession and stuff. So,
Yeah.
like a movie
Yeah.
like this was probably needed. So, but like like it was like definitely like the talk of the town, and everybody was like, it's so funny. And when I finally got to it, I was like, what did I watch the right movie? Like, so I never went, like I said, I never went to see the other ones because I was like, the first one was like okay, it wasn't like nothing. So this one I did enjoy. Like as time went on, the hype for it definitely went down over the last 15 years. So
Yeah.
Huh?
And how about Bradley Cooper keeps wanting to leave the baby everywhere?
Yeah.
We'll just leave him
Yeah,
in the car.
Oh, and he has a kid. Like,
He has
and
two.
it's like,
Yeah, you're right.
he has a kid, and I'm just like, what's going on with this?
I did
guy?
love how when you first time you see him, he's getting $90 for the field trip from everybody.
Field trip, right? That's horrible.
Steals.
Horrible. Horrible.
And what did he say? The one kid, he's like, just give me the 20 now. We'll work on the rest later.
Yeah.
All right, let's give our numbers for this movie. I'm gonna start with Green Shirt Guy, since it's your pick.
It's still enjoyable. It's not my favorite of these three that I remember. The moments that I loved originally, I still love because I still think they're really funny. But it's not as great as I remember. I'd give it like a 7. It's watchable, it's fun, but it's not my favorite.
Cliff, you're up next.
Yeah. Yeah, it was entertaining. So I will and Justin Barda went on to play a gay lead in a Ryan Murphy TV series that only lasted 24 episodes. So he gets bonus points for that are completely unnecessary. So I'm giving the movie a 7. I don't know what to tell you. I'm giving it a 7. I'm giving it a 7. Why are you re-entering the studio for all of us?
All right, why are you? All right, I'm trying to fix something here. All right,
Okay.
it's not
Uh-oh.
affecting the other thing. Okay, jeez, Cliff will point out the problems that nobody else sees.
I know, but
I think we're all seeing it.
Oh my
Everybody
goodness.
sees
Steve Bezel,
it.
what did you give it?
Oh, they're seeing that.
Steve Bezel, what
Okay,
do you
you're
got?
right.
I was being entertained by what Sam was doing.
yeah,
Uh,
I had a problem and I fixed it.
everybody
I just forgot. I forgot the window was on the other thing. My apologies, Cliff. All right, go ahead, Steve Bizzle.
Like I said, it was okay. It wasn't. It was okay. It had, like I said, it has moments. Always will be my favorite scene is the Mike Tyson scene.
right?
That's every time I think of Hangover, that's the first thing my mind goes to. The tiger. Well, anyways, my number will be solid 6.5.
Okay, Phil.
Overall, I'm like I said, I liked it better this time through. Like the hype for it was like through the roof, and it didn't live up the first time. It would be a 7, and it's a little bit like relatable. Like I had kind of like friends like this, and we would party, and there would always be like a Zach character with us, like that was just a little bit like out there, and we'd be like, "Yo, what?" So
I'm trying to think if I was the Zach character in my group of friends.
Well, you ever seen that? There's that meme
I
of.
can't picture that.
Did you ever see the meme of who's your wolf pack and you can only pick 3 other people with you?
yeah, it's it was like still fun. It's definitely a 7. 7. It's like the right number.
I'm also gonna give it a 7. It was enjoyable, but it wasn't as good as it was the first time. The shock value, because you kind of knew what was coming. So
Right.
and it's just a different day. It's 15 years later. I'm 15 years older. Everybody here is 15 years older, and kind of see things a little different. But yeah, that's The Hangover. Leave in the comment section what you guys would give The Hangover. Boom. And next week, of course, let me get it up here. We will be doing The Hangover Part 2, episode number 98 of the Film and Box Office News. Make sure you do your homework for that. All right, it's time to give away our duck, and check this out. One person has put the correct
So they win.
time.
They win.
I always give 15 seconds. I always give 15 seconds for anybody out there.
I knew it was before 5 o'clock because I remember
Hit the
thinking
drop button.
in the movie that they knew that there was a time between, but and they were trying to narrow it down. So I knew
There's
at
two.
5 o'clock is when they definitely didn't have them because they were at the hospital. But yeah,
It's 3:30 p.m. All right. So I'm going to give you 15 seconds. Put it in the chat. Give you guys a chance. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. 3 other people got into this spin around. Who's going to win? Is it La Cruzes? Is it J. Margos? Is it Kenneth? Is it Meatwad? What's it going to be? Meatwad number 1. Meatwad number 1. I don't have a pencil on me, but I will remember that. All right. Meatwad, you are in for the monthly giveaway contest, which tomorrow is the big day. It's episode number 100 of New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week. We will draw for our July giveaway. Prize over $300 value. And make sure you tune in tomorrow because we're going to give 3 other chances to win those ducks and we'll give away. All right. So, and then wait, I got another one. There's a Hangover Part 2. Told you guys to be back for that. And we're going to be Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. New Comic Book Day Live, episode number 109. The skit is the Joeyverse Part 1. So tune in for that. That's going to be much fun. And of course, just another reminder, next week, Sunday, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, episode 98, closer to that 100, Hangover Part 2. Make sure you do your homework. Let's go into the comments and say hi to everybody and bye to everybody, and then I'll let y'all go. Screw says 1971, as always, thank you for being here. Meet Wad number 1, as always, thank you for being here. Kenneth Bird, thank you for being here. Larry Jackson showed up, thank you for being here. Brian LCS showed up, thank you for being here. Jay Margolis came through tonight, thank you for being here. Digger Jim 720 came through, thank you for being here.
Digger Jim.
Digger Jim.
Yeah, what we all thought except green shirt guy.
Come on,
we all heard you right, Sam.
I just didn't
Thank
hear
you,
what
Phil.
you said. I was trying to figure out what you said. No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Ken Rollon, thank you for being here tonight. P2, thank you for joining us tonight. That's a new one, P2.
No, that's Phil's Treehouse.
Oh,
Yeah,
they changed the thing?
But he made P2 because he's not doing Phil's Treehouse stuff at the moment.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Got you.
Everyone's opinion is
Everybody's
wrong.
Everybody. Well, how can everybody be?
Figure Drawing is in the house tonight. Thank you for being here. Black Crown
He's not in
Comics
the
is in the
hole.
house. Please join Black Crown Comics for tonight. Loke Nguyen, right? Said it right.
Mhm.
Is in the house. Thank you for joining us tonight. What happened? We lost Green Shirt Guy. Kamaria came in. Thank you for joining us tonight, Kamaria.
What was that for?
I don't know.
I'm
That was
clapping 'cause
Cliff.
you got it right. You kicked me out.
That's Cliff being over there. He's typing like he didn't do that.
I did it. I am talking with somebody.
Free Castro's
I don't
in the
wear
house.
green
Thank
one
you for
week and it
joining
kicks
us.
me out.
Who else? And that's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Please make sure you're liked and subscribed. Make sure you tune in next Sunday for Hangover Part 2 and some more film and box office news. And make sure you join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, for New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, episode 100. And we're giving away our July giveaway. All right. So for myself, for Phil, for C Bizzle, for Green Shirt Guy, and for our beloved Cliff and the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?